Hey guys, what's going on? So I have some good news and I have some theoretical bad news. The good news is when they posted this July calendar, they accounted for Festival of Talents. Festival of Talents is obviously where you're going to get Frankie and Stein. This is on the 25th of this month, so theoretically the update will be out by the 25th. So that's your good news. Your good news is that you technically have a theoretical definitive date as to when is the latest it will be out. Because they can't roll out Frankie and Stein without rolling out 31.1, and if Festival of Talents is supposed to be on the 25th, that means that the update has to be before that. How much before that? I don't know. And the answer is soon. It'll be out soon. Because they just did a post today. And for everybody that has been keeping track, whenever they do a rollout for a new patch, for like a major patch, and 31.1 feels like a more major patch than what 31.0 feels like, because not only are you getting a rework for Mari, you're getting a rework for Demonologist, you're getting Frankie and Stein, you're getting Trapper Talents, you're getting like all the things that we've been wanting for so long. But because of that means that they'll have to post. So if they go with the normal flow of how they do this, there will be a scrapper holding a paper post, and that will announce everything for 31.1, and then they will do individual, that will be the first day post, and then the next day, or, the next post that they do will be a post about Mari rework, and then they'll do another post about Frankie and Stein, and then they'll do another post about Trapper Talents, and then they'll do another post about how summoning is changing, and then they'll do another post about, and they'll keep doing posts about each and everything in that original scrapper post. Yeah, so it'll come out sometime between now and the 25th, which is a large window of time, because today they still haven't done that scrapper post, and so this is what we're talking about instead. I went through a lot of this, and a lot of this they've already stated, so I won't waste your time with that. What's the deal with the regular event changes? Not only did they talk about this when events were going to change in that post, in 31.0, but they also talked about it in another post after 31.0 came out. And then if you join the community live stream, they also, script-wise, probably just read from this, because this is exactly what they said in that post as well. The only thing to note is that they did talk about, we need some time to analyze the massive changes introduced in the update. There's a chance some other improvements will happen, and we've got a brand new super secret mode in development, and this promises some heated and dynamic matches. The idea of taking out 2 events to add in a new event, like a theoretical new event, as like a new and exciting thing, is crazy to me. But, new stuff is always new stuff. My plan for Mirror Match, all I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to get a genie. I need 1 copy of a genie. That's all I need. And I have a level 15 genie. I technically need the 3 copies, I believe, for the reincarnation. But I just really want that 15 talent. That 15 talent is so, it has been laughing at me for so long. I just understand how much better a level 15 genie would be. And the idea that I have all the stuff, I have all the orbs, I have all the, or I have 1 less copy, I have the gold. The fact that I have so much for this genie to be a level 15, except for 1 copy, is killing me right now. So my plan for Mirror Match, I think I have, after this pass, I'm going to get 2 chances, so I'll have 6 opportunities for a genie, for a singular genie, and if I can't get it in 6 in 6 tries, because it's 2 tries original or in the initial box in the sage chest, and then you have a refresh, and then I get two sage chests. If I can't get it in 6 tries, I don't know. But after I get a genie, I'm pretty much gonna free to play this event for as long as it takes me for them to either change the sage chests to be like, oh, you know what? We're just going to change it back to what it was originally. For them to either do that or for me to free to play 600 coins. Because in either case, I don't necessarily want to keep spending money for random chances at things that I might not care about. Like if I have to pull a Bard from this, or if I have to pull a Phoenix from this, I have so many event units that I'm not the demographic for them to be like, you should get more different event units. I have so many event units, and especially once I get like that genie, I won't feel like I need anything else. Is Twilight Ranger better? Is Bard better? Is Phoenix better? Probably, but I don't feel like I need that. And to try to build that up by constantly spending in here, it would just feel bad to me. I'd rather just get my 3 copies of Genie, get more copies of Genie, and just upgrade a Genie with all the reincarnations on a Genie. I don't necessarily care to spend $10 to get random things that I don't care about. And so that's my plan after I get a singular copy of Genie. You can do whatever you want to do, but that would be my plan to you. I think that they might change the chest. I'm not saying that for sure. I don't know. But my hope is that they do, and that they change it to something else. Like maybe not like what it was originally, but maybe like you get your choice of these 6, or how many choices are there? Like half the choices. Or actually is now I want to know. Is the amount of choice, would half the choices be 3 copies or 3 different things? If it's 3 different things, then that's currently what it is. So maybe I'm just hoping for anything. Maybe I'm just hoping for, I wish it was anything. I feel like it's going to be that. Is it going to be that? Twilight Ranger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So there's 8 things. Yeah, so like if they gave you the choice of 4 things, maybe they would give you the choice of 4 things. Maybe you get like 2 trades or something, and it can never be the things that you've already seen. I think that would even feel better. But the fact that it's like 3 things, I don't know. It doesn't feel great, is what I'm trying to say. And I'd rather wait to see if they do change it, as opposed to spending $10 all the time and just using it, and then they change it. It would just make me feel bad. And I've spent so much into events for as long as I've been playing this game anyway. So that's my plan. Will there be a hero limit in shard hunting? There will be. So they're going to start doing it to where you can't just Zeus all 3 of your decks. You can't just level 100 Zeus all of your decks. And so there's going to be a limit on heroes as well. And there's also going to be hard mode, where you give your opponent the chance to ban 2 of your decks, where you can only ban 1 of their decks. But you get more points if that matters to you. I don't care. I'd rather just ban the 1 deck, because I only play shard hunting to the 20, and so this doesn't really affect me. How's the Pantheon doing? Any upcoming changes? This is also another 31.1, like a hidden 31.1 question. They are going to nerf Twilight Ranger a little bit, and then they're going to buff Bard, buff Phoenix, and buff the Ifrit side on Genie. Because they understand that nobody uses Genie and nobody cares anymore. Because the Sultanate with the Lamp Prison is just too good. And so they are going to technically nerf Twilight Ranger. It's probably still going to be really good, because I can't imagine it being that much worse. And their idea is that all the Pantheon units should feel the quote-unquote same. And so we'll see what this does. You're still not going to be able to beat a Twilight Ranger with your Blade Dancer after this amazing nerf. It's just so that it's not so heavily skewed Twilight Ranger, as opposed to everything else, because their idea is to make everything in Pantheon equal, even though it's obviously all much better than everything that's outside of Pantheon. So I guess that's something. I don't know. When will the Necromancer rework happen, and when will it be? So they've been talking about this for a while. I'm just going to read this at length because I haven't, and I don't know how to summarize this. It's evident that the Necromancer, while quite currently lags behind in popularity compared to Zeus and Fortuna, whose damage-dealing capabilities and impact to the course of battle are much more significant. That the reason being is because you completely nerfed Toxic out of this world, and you don't want it at all in this game. And you nerfed Shaman, and you nerfed Witch, and you nerfed Pocket Curse, and you nerfed Meteor, and you really don't want the Necromancer mechanic to be in the game. That's why it's bad. That's the specific reason why it's bad. Your impressions reinforce that observation, meaning that our legendary friend needs to be adapted to the new reality, but it's far from an easy task. We've collected feedback on the hero by going through the comments, talking to the experienced players, and running community-wide surveys. It shows that the Necromancer is universally loved for his instant kill chance. Is it really? Is that the reason why Necromancer is so cool? Because of the instant kill chance? Is that what everybody voted on? Is that what their polls show? That everybody was saying, like, oh, we love that guy because of that instant kill. That's the reason why we wanted to spend $2,000, because of that instant kill tile. And abilities that affect the opponent's table. That's everything. You've now just listed everything that it does. I don't know. It's really loved for all the things that it does. The mechanics that are at the heart of his unique aggressive playstyle, and this playstyle is exactly what we'd like him to keep in the future. Obviously, they're not going to keep it, because if they were going to keep it, it would just stay the same. So they're going to change all of it. But how to make this style viable in the new PvP without going overboard? Without going overboard? I just love all of this wording because it takes into account that other legendary heroes aren't overboard. Zeus is not overboard. Zeus is perfectly balanced. This is their way of saying Zeus is perfectly balanced. We don't want to go crazy with these legendary heroes. A direct boost to his abilities may turn the Necromancer into a way too effective or even annoying adversary with too much control, so our team is testing more complex approaches to letting him shine. Additional summons, special stacks that weaken the opponent's units, lots of versions, lots of prototypes, but the definitive version is still in the works. As a first step, the Necromancer will get a boost to his ghosts in 31.1 as part of a global summon monster update. It should help him be more impactful in combat. It won't. And more appealing to those who like causing some chaos. After that, somewhere this autumn, we will share a larger, more defined plan on reworking the hero. Until then, we're open to any relevant ideas. No, they aren't. They won't care about your ideas. They already have a plan. So don't be shy and share yours, as long as they don't suggest giving him an instant win button or something. We're all ears. No, Zeus already has that. Zeus already has an instant win button. So we can't have two legendary heroes that have an instant win button. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Trapper Talons for 31.1, Frankenstein for 31.1, the summon monster boost. This is everything that has a summoning. So they did confirm that it will not just be active summoning. So it's not just when you do a thing, this thing summons a unit. For example, Wrath of the Ancestors on Summoner. When you merge two summoners, you send your opponent a Wrath of the Ancestors. This summons also work on not passive abilities, so like Reaper abilities where they send ghosts, and I like that. I thought it would be really bad if it was just activated abilities, things that you have to physically do. I like the idea of summoning units if you don't have to do anything, if you don't have to spend mana to summon in units to do something. So I think this is good. Clan War changes. Later this year, we plan to add a quest that must be completed together and brand new collections that can be exchanged within the clan for rewards. Anything that's free, anything that, any way to change Clan Wars, anything that like you have the ability to obtain for free, I like. So I like that as a change. Dragon Rift Future. So they're going to add another, later this year, they're going to add another level. So there will be 5 levels. And then for 2026, which is next year, we want to experiment with some overall improvements to the event's replayability, because currently it has none. Currently, if you are on the last floor of the Dragon Rift, which currently it is floor 4, you can't progress. You can't do anything. Every single time Dragon Rift rolls around, you get to complete the remaining of the floor. And if you complete all of the floor, then Dragon Rift is a completely useless mode. It's a completely useless mode to begin with. And I've stated this before, that if they really wanted, you could say that like, oh, well, it gives you so much gold. You could do that by just giving people 5 more maps, 5 more co-op maps. That's per day. If you had 10 maps per day, guess what? Dragon Rift doesn't matter. like that's at Celestial Shards, one-time Celestial Shards. You could do that in any other way. You can give out Celestial Shards in any other way. You could create a floor 14. You could create a floor 15. You want to give out Celestial Shards. You don't need to create an entire Dragon Rift mode in order to do the things that it's doing. It's completely redundant. It's a mode that is completely redundant. There's no reason. So the idea of replayability is something, because currently it has none. I don't know what form that would take. I don't even care to guess what form that would take. I just know that if you are trying to gem your way to finish it quicker, don't, because it doesn't matter. Once you get to the end of the current floor, the current max floor, there's nothing left. And then you're just going to be farming the floor for gold that you probably don't need, presumably. Stay tuned for other announcements, and we'll surely share more of our plans. For example, about that new temporary mode that will feature new goals and challenges. The fun never ends. Yeah, so that's it. It is currently the 7th. We are waiting sometime before the 25th. And eventually, when they do start posting about 31.1, yeah, it'll take that amount of time in order to get the 31.1 actually rolled out. They'll do that Scrapper bulletin board post, and then they'll do each individual post about every single thing. And if you want to see every single thing, if you look up Reincarnation Talents, there's a YouTuber that has one video, and you can see Reincarnation Talents on Treant Reincarnation is another thing that's coming out. He has Treant Reincarnation Talents. If you look up Momo Royale, he has Frankenstein gameplay and Mari gameplay, and Trapper Talents. So all the information is all out there, as it has been for a very long time. And so all of the posts that we're going to see, none of that is new information. We're just waiting for when 31.1 just drops. They could drop it just out of the blue and be like, hey, 31.1 is in the game. Enjoy all of this stuff. They could do that. I don't think they will. There's a lot of time between now and the 25th. And if they want to build hype for the Festival of Talents, which is the event that you're going to get Frankenstein, they would roll this out somewhat closer to the 25th so that you're hyped for not only Frankenstein, but also for the event, so that you pay for the event, and all of those things. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.